How could this happen to me? I made my mistakes.
Now that's comedy.
You ever walk into a shop as a kid and on the shelf you spy a game which you know you shouldn't even touch? For me it was Catherine, nestled between that Playboy game and this monstrosity. So Catherine, a PS3 game made by Atlus. You know those people who make them games that ain't too popular? In fact, they started working on Catherine at the end of Persona 4, as they wanted to make a HD game targeted at adults with no RPG aspects. And the work they put into making the engine for this game would then be used on Persona 5. But I mean, hey, that should have just been obvious looking at the menus. Okay, maybe don't look too closely. Oh boy, isn't this metaphorical? And wait, what? Golden Playhouse?
You what, mate?
Yeah, technically the game we play is a story within a story, where this lovely lady who appeared in that old Pokemon game hosts the show which has these unique storylines. I guess Atlus were just thinking that this could take off as a side project and just use the Golden Playhouse to introduce all of these games. And so we get introduced to Vincent. Gee, you're looking a bit worse for wear there, buddy. And we see his girlfriend, Catherine McBride. Bit on the nose there, Atlas. Just a bit.
Were you even listening?
Sure.
Also, fun fact, in case you already haven't noticed, this game's voice acting was just a dumping ground for all the Persona voice actors. You have Miss Kawakami as Catherine, you Narukami as this dude, and wait, Troy Baker as Vincent? Wait, you mean that guy who Let's Plays with Nathan Drake?
Okay.
So Mrs. McBride seems to be pressuring Vincent into marriage. And Vincent, oh no, he don't like that one bit, and confides in his friends at the bar. Drunk 1, Drunk 2, Ryuji,
For reals?
and Erica. And Vincent, well...
What are you calling pathetic? Shut up and eat your peanuts.
Ow, my eye!
let's just say he's an interesting protagonist. I mean, he does horrible things later on despite contradicting himself in that he only likes the status quo. It's just nice to see a protagonist who isn't a kid, who has these powers given to him and he's meant to save the entire world.
Did you hear about Paul? He's dead.
No, not Paul. Anyone but Paul. Wait, who's Paul again? Oh, this dude. So yeah, it seems like there's a curse going around, and all the men who feel a bit sinful seem to fall into these nightmare worlds where if they die for real. Man, I'm sure that's an anime quote somewhere. Where is it? Yeah, there it is. Beautiful. But I'm sure that won't ever happen to our loyal, trustworthy Vincent. And so it's gameplay time. And this is the gameplay. Surprise! It's a puzzle game! Yay!
Have a look.
So the aim of each level is to move naked Vincent here all the way up to the top of the tower of blocks. Now he can either pull or push the blocks one space, making stairs for him to climb on top of, or just change up the landscape. You also get a rewind function in case you stuff it up. Yeah, like that. I also like how they kind of showcase this with the moving diagrams of sheep. A game can either make or break its tutorial segments depending on how they teach the player the gimmicks. And Catherine does a good job here. Not her, the game. You know what I mean. For now, Vincent makes his way to the top of the tower and out the door. Oh, great. Now here in the bar, we can actually move around and talk to the other patrons. I mean drunks. What? Don't look at me, I've never been to a bar. Now interacting with them gives you little tidbits into the lives of the many other characters, and they don't hold back on the adult nature of the issues, like cheating, feeling like you're the cause of a loved one's death, and those twins who won't stop trying to scare you.
Every wish granted.
Now each time you're in the bar, the people change, and over time you can see their stories develop, because you do learn that most of these men have the same nightmare as you and have to run the gauntlet of the puzzle tower.
Have I met you somewhere before?
No. I mean, who's to say in this crazy world? Also, buddy, you're kinda creeping me out here.
My.
So this is the boss, the owner of the bar and the one who serves all the drinks. Now yes, I know what you're gonna ask, and yes, you can order drinks in this game, but be prepared for a history lesson on every single drink you get.
Hey barkeep, give me a scotch.
Did you know that the Scotch first originated in Scotland when a drunk Scotsman...
Look, can you just stop telling me the facts about my drink?
Okay then, can I tell you something instead?
What is it?
I love you.
What? Now after you've had your fill of drinks, you can use the bathroom. On second thoughts, let's never use the bathroom, ever. But there is one more thing to do at the bar aside from chit-chat, and that is the Rapunzel minigame. It's an older style arcade game with arcade graphics and music, where you play a similar puzzle game as before, but this time on a smaller scale. It's incredibly addicting, let me tell you that. Also, I forgot to mention this, but like in real life, people will constantly text you. Yeah, just like in real life. And answering certain people can tip this bar one way or the other. Don't worry, I'll get to that, don't worry. So now once the place empties out, you can go home and sleep. Oh wait, that's a bad idea, remember?
The nightmare world?
And wait, why is everyone a sheep? And why does Vincent have ram horns? Maybe it's the imagery. Or maybe it's a sign that I have to play this game. 'Cause RamZaes, that's my name. Anyway, looking at this roadmap, we can see that there are a few levels to clear before each story segment, and the puzzles ramp up in difficulty. Like they change up the types of blocks they use, like you got the indestructible ones, the ones that break after you step on them, the ones that bounce you, the worst blocks ever, blocks that impale you, and yeah, am I forgetting one? Oh. Yeah, that's the one. Now usually there's a time limit for each puzzle in the form of some metaphorical monster chasing you from the bottom. So let's just say Catherine tells Vincent in the real world, "Oh, let's have a baby." Vincent goes, "No, no, no," and his subconscious creates a baby to chase after him. The game can be a bit on the nose with this, like the imagery of the sheep, the wedding bells near the top of the stairs. Trust me, if you ever wanted to analyze a video game for school, I'm sure this will get you an A+, followed by detention showing this in class. Alrighty everyone, we finally made it out of the nightmare, and into a place filled with sheep.
Sheep.
And yes, if this isn't obvious enough, these sheep are the other people you meet in the bar. Although they don't seem to remember you since, I don't know, you're not a sheep. So anyway, talking to them, you can sort of work out who is who. You got the sad ones, the depressed ones, and the jacked up sheep. But I do recommend talking to them, as they often give you hints on this new secret technique to get out of the place. Oh, and you also got this bozo merchant sheep.
Pony up some coins.
And he lets you buy an item which you can carry at the start of the level. You also can find these items while climbing the tower, and these range from making a block out of nothing, having pillows for extra lives, and the holy magic book to destroy every enemy on the field. I really liked this one during the late game. Now after this, you go into a confessional to answer some questions. Yes, a confessional. And the questions they ask you kind of seem like the ones you find in those dating magazines. Which looks better on men? Have you ever cheated? What's 20 times 20? Wait, what? Now depending on your answer, the meter will swing to either blue or pink. At the time, you don't need to really worry about this too much, but there will be one point in the game that will use that position on the bar to influence the ending. Cause yes, this game has got multiple endings. But I would suggest to pick the answers that best define you on your first go.
Which one?
And then there is another aspect if you do connect online. You can see what others have answered. But if you have no connection, or live in Australia, it pops up answers from an internet poll. So we finished that nightmare and no, I can't show that. I mean, I have some dignity left. Or in other words,
Please don't demonetize me.
so Vincent, the ever-loving hero, had a one-night stand with this girl, thus setting off the chain reaction in this crazy story. Now it seems like each night he can't remember any of this happening, but he does know he has been cheating on Catherine with this new girl.
See, Catherine.
You better hope there isn't another way to spell Catherine.
Wait. No, it can't be.
You really know another Catherine?
Yeah, damn it. Now the story usually goes like this. Vincent realizes he's a crummy BF, mopes around in the bar, talking to other people with problems, and then bam, he's drunk, off to Nightmare Land, and he wakes up next to see Catherine. Rinse and repeat. Well, not really rinse and repeat, since Vincent is the only one who seems to be good at the climbing. And as such, over the course of the game, less people show up in the bar in the real world because yes, they die due to not being pro wall climbers. Also, maybe being a sheep might affect that since I don't really know how you climb with hooves. Yes, I am the best climber. Now to get wasted. Oh god, I hate this. Be gone, foul temptress! Now I don't want to spoil anything else in this game because going in completely blind made the latter parts of the game extremely enjoyable. And as to what ending I got, well, to be honest, I could not choose between either of the two Catherines. And no, not because they are both attractive, but it's kinda due to the fact that I don't really like either's personalities. I mean, I gotta hand it to the game. They show both of their good and bad sides pretty well, and Vincent really isn't the best role model, so I'm just like, just show more of the side characters, please. But if you must know, I managed to get the K Catherine true ending on my first go if you people want to psychoanalyze me. And so that was Catherine, the video game. A real experimental game made by the team behind Persona 3, 4, and 5, who just wanted to make a more adult game to test their new engine. It managed to combine some very adult issues with some addicting puzzle gameplay, tied up with just a crazy story. But hey, at least that's all there is to it. The story of Vincent and his many Catherines is over, and I'm sure Atlas can now move on. Oh, you gotta be joking!
Trojan, RamZaes, Magnum, Sheik!